I think that conversation actually has to take all the stakeholders into account. From my perspective, and I think it's in the written answer indication, we have to and should seek to impose any kind of revenue generation in a way that it minimizes the impact on economic activity. To do it in any direction has the government picking winners and losers, and I don't think that's a particularly good place for government to be playing because it's not very good at it typically. With that said, there aren't all that many sources of revenue generation for a state. You've got sales tax, which is inherently volatile, income tax, which is somewhat less volatile but still volatile, and property tax, which is the most stable except in extreme circumstances. Those are the main things, and then you've got certainly fees and charges that can be associated with transactional kinds of activities, use fees, those sorts of things. I don't think our state has done a great job getting a balance that helps to grow the economy. Now we are competing, and most often competed against by states that have some independent sources of revenue that the state of Arizona doesn't have. Texas, for example, has huge energy wealth that it gets royalties from that help stabilize its budget so it can afford to tax less, and it often does. Alaska is the same way. Because we try to compete with those states, we are at a disadvantage because we don't have an independent source of revenue. But I think it's going to take every stakeholder to work together with a lot of effort to go back at rebalancing our revenue streams so that we don't impact economic activity as much as we are now. I believe income taxes are causing us some reduction in revenues. I do think it's bizarre that states west of the Mississippi all tend to be lighter on property taxes, which is the deductible tax that folks east of the Mississippi all are subsidized by those of us in the West. We're letting them deduct their tax streams from the federal tax returns, while in the West we don't get to do that. Sales tax is not deductible in most instances. So I would look at ways in which we also fight to have whatever those final tax streams are that are used by the state of Arizona treated equally to the tax streams that are used back east that are deductible. I'm tired of seeing the West subsidize the East.